Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I think it's the 18th of March, I can't be sure. It's not quite 12 o'clock in the afternoon yet. Me and Simon have had a little conflab. Conflab, is that even a word? And we've decided that we are going to try and do daily vlogs as much as possible. There's no guarantees that you're going to get them every single day, but we're going to try. But we thought what we would do with these daily vlogs is just try bring you guys a bit of distraction, a bit of company, especially if you're on your own over here in the UK. Obviously all the different things that are going on, the different advice from government to government and official to official are varying from country to country. So we're not here to offer any advice on the coronavirus. If you need any advice, then we can offer you guys the link to the UK sites to check out for the latest updates, but I'm sure you're all watching the news and I'm sure you are all up to speed on all of the shizzle going down. We're just here to provide a bit of respite for you all, a bit of light entertainment, some tips maybe for working at home, which hopefully I'm going to try and cover today. And yeah, we're all in this together, so let's, So the first bit of advice I could probably give you guys for if you're having to start working at home is to get dressed. And that might seem like a bit of an obvious one, but it's a really important one. And as someone that's been self-employed and working from home for the last, I think I'm on 7 years now, I reckon it took me about 6 months to adjust to a new routine, because I used to work in retail, and I think it did probably take me about 6 months to adjust to being at home and trying to get into some kind of more structured routine. And the first thing to do in the morning is to basically stick to what would be your normal routine for going to work. So if you get up, you make yourself a coffee, you have a shower, you get dressed. I personally try not to put on too much makeup when I'm at home because I like to give my skin a bit of a breather and a bit of a rest. But if that's part of your routine and that makes you feel good, because I think feeling good at home, especially in the current situation, is a very, very good thing to kind of hold on to. By all means, do your hair and makeup and whatever else. I don't tend to get dressed into like anything fancy. I might occasionally put on jeans and a t-shirt if I'm going to go that far, but because of the dogs, and I do have them sat on me for most of the day, I do tend to just kind of reside in loungewear, so various chunky knits, and today I am wearing some leggings and some thermal socks, and as you can probably see, I am covered in a considerable amount of dog hair, but hey ho, that is life. So yeah, that is my first very valuable tip, is to just try and keep your work routine, to get yourself dressed, and then next thing is to set up yourself a little workspace. So this is my current little workspace over here. As we've shown you guys in some of the home tour and like home renovation videos, we don't actually have like a proper home office, and it wasn't a priority for us to make a space into a home office because we needed other things over that. So my space has always been at the dining table. Obviously before we used to have a much bigger dining table, now we have a smaller one, but to be honest it's just the same. All I need is a table and my laptop and I am good to go. Now you'll notice that someone is missing from here because this one tends to work from down here.
Am I meant to be working?
It looks like you're slacking. Oh, you got your laptop on charge?
Yeah.
Okay, you got your laptop on charge, I'll let you off, but you would normally work down here, don't you? On this little table. Well, you might work in the studio.
Yeah. Depends what the weather is.
You like to move about, don't you? Yeah, because we've got the studio at the end of the garden, so sometimes he works down there, but I think for the most part we tend to work in separate areas, don't we? Because obviously we're married and live together and work together, so even though we don't live in a ginormous house, I think it's important that we have a bit of space.
Oh, and plus, normally while you're filming, I'm editing.
Yeah,
So we can't do both.
Yeah, so we have like a sound conflict. We don't want the sound of the video.
That is good to have your own space.
It is good to have your own space. It's also good to have someone to be making healthy smoothies for you, which is what we're doing right now, because it's quite tempting. Can we just have a look in the treat cupboard?
Is there anything left to do after 2 days of isolation?
2 days of isolation, and I've pretty much eaten the majority of the treat cupboard. Now it's funny because we showed you guys, or I showed you guys inside the treat cupboard quite a few weeks ago. It's probably about a month ago now, when we had that massive bag of jelly babies in here, and so many of you laughed at the ridiculous amount of Lindt chocolate. Well, who's laughing now, eh? I'm the one with all the chocolate. So yeah, we have like this treat cupboard with sweeties and nice things in there, and yeah, it can be a bit tempting to hit the sugar, which is why you need a personal chef like so, to make the healthier options. Right, it's lunchtime. Simon last night made some stew, didn't you?
For me.
For you. It was actually just for him, because his mum won some beef in a raffle for something and give it to him, and I don't eat beef, I only eat chicken.
We don't normally have beef, we only have chicken indoors.
Yeah, we normally only have chicken. This was a very rare occasion, but this is the stew. He's had that slow cooking all day. So I have basically fished out all the beef because it was in massive chunks. And it is all goodness in there. We've got so many vegetables, chickpeas. I know it doesn't look particularly appealing, but I was going to say we would normally sit down here sometimes and have lunch together, but he's just finished. So he's doing the dishwasher now. Am I going to eat down here like a Larry Loner?
Snooze, you lose.
Yeah. That's really good.
Okay.
Hi, Bee. I love tiger bread.
Ooh, nice.
Almost as much as sourdough. Oh, you've buggered off.
Much as what?
Sourdough. I liked it. Right, now we've had lunch, we're both getting back to work, so I'm going to get back in my little spot here, do a little bit of work. I know lots of you guys have asked me, how do you kind of avoid getting distracted? Let me just set you up down here while we have a little chat. There we go, can we see me? Yeah. Yeah, lots of you guys have asked me how we avoid getting distracted by things like the TV, the dogs. I don't avoid getting distracted by the dogs. They're always here. In fact, Bumble, as you would have just seen in the kitchen, always wants to sit on my knee. So the majority of work that I do will involve him sitting on my knee and constantly wanting kisses and cuddles and tickles and belly rubs and all sorts. They obviously also like to play and stuff, which is highly amusing, and that's probably why you guys see them a lot on my daily stories, because they're always doing cute stuff. So yeah, if you have pets, try not to see them as a hindrance, because actually it's a very welcome distraction, especially at this current point in time. It's nice. I think animals are very relaxing to be around, and yeah, it's just nice to have a little element of fun here and there whilst you're doing your work. Right, this is a prime example of when somebody wants to play, mummy won't play, so they won't leave me alone. So I've been working for about half an hour. We're gonna have a break because Boris wants to have fun times, don't you, Boris? Where's your donut? Get your donut. Get it. Get it. I'll get it then. Going to take it? You taking it? Do your laps. Go on. Yeah. Yeah. It's 3 o'clock and this is about the kind of time where I start to lose my motivation. I find everyone is different in terms of like when you're most productive in the day. So I usually get up at about 6 o'clock in the morning, and that is like my most productive time. So I can go make myself a cup of tea, come and sit on my laptop, and I can hammer out emails. I can like just do loads of bits and pieces. Obviously filming at that time in the morning is a bit of an impossibility, but I can definitely do loads of admin and stuff. So obviously it depends on how you are as a person, like when you find yourself most productive, but I would say to kind of roll with those times. If you are not productive at all throughout the evening, if you're really productive like in an evening but not late afternoon, then roll with that. But what I like to do is break up my day. So I'll work for like an hour at a time, unless I'm filming, in which case I'll film a video until I've finished. But if I'm doing admin and stuff on the laptop, I will do that for about an hour at a time, and then I'll make sure that I get up, stretch my legs, go do some washing, go make myself a cup of tea, make myself a snack or whatever, but just make sure that I get up, because otherwise if I sit in one place for too long, my motivation just starts to go zzz, and I just find myself going a little bit loco. Right, I have pretty much ceased work for the day. It is, what time is it? 11 minutes past 5. I'm just waiting for the latest announcement from the Prime Minister. It's a little bit late. And I think Simon has gone into the basement, because around this time he does a little workout. So let's go and see if we can sneak up on him. Come to see what you're up to. You having your little workout?
Yes.
Very nice. He's got the telly on as well. Right, we'll leave you to it. What are you doing? Finishing off something?
No, I was just looking for something quickly before we carry on with power.
All the babies are in various beds around the house, and we are continuing to watch Power on Netflix. This is the show that we're currently binging on, isn't it?
50 Cent.
It's the one and only Digo Double G.
He's
In the
just,
club?
Yeah. I was about to say a spoiler then, actually. I was about to say what had just happened, and then I thought, no, I best not. So this is going to be us for the night until bed now.
Everyone, bedtime. Let's go. Bed. Good puppies. You ready for bedtime? You ready for bedtime? Got your bedtime, Teddy? Yeah.
Right, we are ready for bed. I've just done my skincare. I may have gone a little bit overboard with the moisturiser, because I am suffering a bit of white face at the moment, but desperate times call for desperate measures. All of this indoor scenario calls for extra moisturiser. So thanks for spending day 3 of isolation with us. We'll be back again for day 4. Bye.